Hey there, fellow knowledge seekers. Welcome back to The Deep Dive, the show where we, plunge headfirst into fascinating topics. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and click that bell icon so you get instant updates on our latest dives. And today, we're strapping on our scuba gear and exploring the ever-expanding world of information technology. Whether you're a UPSC aspirant aiming for that coveted spot in the civil services, a student, navigating this digital age, or just someone who's curious about all the tech shaping our lives, this one's for you.
It's a jungle out there, digitally speaking. We're bombarded with terms like 5G, the Internet of Things, AI. It can feel like a whole different language. But the truth is, understanding these technologies isn't just about geeking out. It's about becoming an informed citizen in a, increasingly digital world.
Exactly. And speaking of navigating this world, let's start with a device that almost everyone has in their pocket, the mobile phone. We've all heard about 4G and 5G, but what's the big deal about these generations of mobile tech?
Imagine trying to stream your favorite show on dial-up internet. Painful, right? That's essentially the difference between mobile generations. Each G represents a leap forward in speed, data capacity, and the technology itself. 4G made streaming videos and music a breeze. And 5G promises to take it to a whole new level. Things like downloading an entire movie in seconds.
So it's not just about, faster downloads. It's about unlocking possibilities we couldn't even imagine before. Speaking of fast connections, let's move from mobile networks to the world of Wi-Fi. What's all this buzz about Wi-Fi 6?
Think of a crowded room full of people trying to talk at the same time. That's pretty chaotic, right? That's kind of what happens to your Wi-Fi when you have a ton of devices connected. Wi-Fi 6 is like a super organized party host, able to handle a ton of devices simultaneously without things slowing down. Perfect for those, smart homes where your fridge is ordering groceries and your toaster is updating you on the weather.
So Wi-Fi 6 is, essential for the smooth functioning of our increasingly interconnected world. And this connectivity is reaching new heights, literally. What about Wi-Fi on airplanes?
It's no longer a futuristic dream. The Indian government has given the green light to in-flight Wi-Fi services. Soon, you might be finishing that assignment or even streaming a movie while cruising at 30,000 feet. All thanks to either air-to-ground systems, similar to how our cell phones connect, or satellite-based systems beaming internet from space.
Imagine attending online classes while flying over the Himalayas. But before we get too carried away with these long-distance connections, let's talk about the technologies working, quietly within arm's reach. What about Bluetooth, NFC, and RFID? How do those work their magic?
They're all masters of the digital whisper. They use radio waves to transmit information between devices. Think of Bluetooth as the chatty friend, perfect for connecting your wireless headphones or sharing files. NFC, or near-field communication, is the discrete one. It only whispers when devices are super close, like when you tap your credit card for a contactless payment. And then there's RFID, or radio frequency identification, the meticulous organizer silently keeping track of things like library books or products in a warehouse.
So it's all about invisible waves carrying data, each technology optimized for its specific purpose. Now let's step into a world where these connections start to get really interesting. The world of the Internet of Things, or IoT. It sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie, but how is it playing out in the real world?
The IoT is all about blurring the lines between the physical and digital. It's the idea that everyday objects, from refrigerators to cars to even streetlights, can be connected to the internet, communicating and sharing data. Imagine a city where traffic lights automatically adjust based on, real-time traffic flow, or a farm where sensors monitor soil conditions and optimize irrigation.
That's incredible. And where does India stand in this IoT revolution?
India has recognized the massive potential of IoT and has made it a key part of the Digital India mission. The government is aiming for, multi-billion-dollar growth in the IoT sector, with a focus on sectors like agriculture, healthcare, and smart cities.
It sounds like India is ready to ride this wave of interconnected innovation. Now, we can't talk about the future without discussing artificial intelligence, or AI. It's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean? And how is it impacting our lives?
At its core, AI is about creating machines that can, mimic human intelligence, learning, problem solving, even decision making. We're already seeing its impact everywhere. From personalized recommendations on streaming platforms to fraud detection systems used by banks, AI is quietly working behind the scenes, making our lives easier and more efficient.
It's like AI is this silent partner helping us navigate all the, complexities of the digital world. But AI isn't just about practical applications, is it? What about those groundbreaking developments that are pushing the boundaries of what's possible?
That's where things get really mind-blowing. Think of like quantum computing. Imagine a computer that can solve problems in minutes that would take a traditional supercomputer thousands of years. That's the power of quantum computers. They operate on entirely different principles than our everyday computers, exploiting the strangeness of quantum mechanics to achieve incredible processing speeds.
Quantum supremacy. Sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel. We've covered a lot of ground already. From mobile networks to Wi-Fi, short-range connections, the IoT, and now the mind-bending world of AI and quantum computing. But we're just getting started.
It's a vast digital landscape out there, and we're just beginning to map its contours, but each new discovery, reveals something fascinating about the potential of technology to reshape our world.
Exactly. And as we continue our deep dive, let's take a closer look at some of the technologies we've encountered so far. We talked about mobile generations, 4G and 5G, but what about the tech behind the scenes? What are LTE and VoLTE all about?
Think of LTE, or long-term evolution, as like the engine powering most 4G networks. It's a standard for wireless communication that brought us those, blazing fast data speeds and crystal clear voice calls. Now, VoLTE, or voice over LTE, takes it a step further. It's like upgrading from a two-lane road to a superhighway. It allows voice calls to travel over the same high-speed LTE network as your data.
So VoLTE streamlines our mobile experience, using one network for everything. Makes sense. Now, we raved about the benefits of Wi-Fi 6, but how does it actually manage to juggle so many devices without breaking a sweat?
It's all about smart traffic management. Wi-Fi 6 uses a bunch of cool technologies like MU-MIMO, which stands for multi-user, multiple input, multiple output. It's like having multiple lanes on a highway, allowing data from different devices to flow smoothly without, causing congestion. And then there's OFDMA, or orthogonal frequency division multiple access, which is like a super efficient air traffic controller, dividing the bandwidth into smaller chunks so more devices can share the network harmoniously.
So Wi-Fi 6 is like a well-choreographed dance of data, ensuring everyone gets their turn on the dance floor. Now let's move to Bluetooth, our trusty companion for connecting headphones and speakers. How does this invisible connection work its magic?
It's all about those digital whispers we talked about. Bluetooth uses radio waves to transmit data wirelessly over short distances, but it's not just a simple broadcast. It uses a clever trick called frequency hopping spread spectrum. Imagine a radio station that's constantly, switching frequencies to avoid interference. That's essentially what Bluetooth does, hopping between 79 different frequencies to find a clear channel for like smooth, uninterrupted transmission.
So it's like a game of digital hopscotch, ensuring our music and calls stay, clear and consistent. Now, what about NFC, or near field communication? How does it differ from Bluetooth?
NFC is all about intimacy. It only works when devices are super close, just a few centimeters apart. It's like a secret handshake between devices, perfect for like quick and secure exchanges. Think tapping your credit card for a contactless payment or beaming a photo to a friend's phone. It's fast, convenient, and ideal for situations where you need a touch of digital magic.
So NFC is all about convenience and security in those, close quarters. Now, what about RFID, or radio frequency identification? What makes it different from these other short-range technologies?
Think of RFID as a digital detective silently tracking and identifying objects. It uses electromagnetic fields to communicate with tiny tags attached to items, allowing for, seamless inventory management, supply chain tracking, and even pet identification. It's like each object has a digital fingerprint that can be read from a distance, even if it's, hidden from view.
So RFID is all about bringing order and efficiency to the physical world. Now let's dive deeper into the Internet of Things, or IoT. We touched upon its potential earlier, but what are some real-world examples of how it's transforming industries today?
The IoT is quietly revolutionizing everything, from healthcare to agriculture. Imagine a world where sensors in hospitals monitor patients' vital signs remotely, sending, real-time updates to doctors. Or a farm where smart irrigation systems adjust water usage based on soil moisture levels, maximizing crop yields while conserving precious resources. The possibilities are truly endless.
It's incredible how the IoT is blurring the lines between the digital and physical worlds, creating this network of intelligent devices that can sense, respond, and optimize. Now let's shift gears and explore the world of artificial intelligence, or AI. We talked about its practical applications, but what are the different flavors of AI out there?
AI is a broad term that encompasses a range of, approaches and techniques. One way to think about it is to distinguish between like narrow AI and general AI. Narrow AI or weak AI is what we mostly interact with today. Systems designed to excel at specific tasks like playing chess, recommending movies, or recognizing faces. General AI or strong AI is the, stuff of science fiction. A hypothetical AI that possesses like human-like cognitive abilities and can perform any intellectual task that a human can. We're not there yet, but who knows what the future holds.
So for now, it's narrow AI quietly working its magic behind the scenes, while general AI remains this tantalizing possibility on the horizon. Now let's talk about one of the most exciting and rapidly evolving areas of AI.
Yeah.
Machine learning. What's the secret sauce behind this powerful technology?
Imagine teaching a computer to learn by example instead of programming it with, explicit rules. That's essentially what machine learning is all about. It's a type of AI that allows computer systems to, like, analyze vast amounts of data, identify patterns, and make predictions without being explicitly told what to look for. It's like giving a computer a set of building blocks and letting it figure out how to build a castle on its own.
So machine learning is all about empowering computers to learn from experience, just like humans do. Now, we touched upon the, mind-bending world of quantum computing earlier. Can you demystify this complex technology and explain how it actually works?
Quantum computing is like stepping into a parallel universe where the rules of, classical physics no longer apply. Instead of bits, which can be either 0 or 1, quantum computers use qubits, which can exist in a state of superposition, meaning they can be both 0 and 1 simultaneously. This mind-boggling property allows quantum computers to perform calculations exponentially faster than traditional computers for, specific types of problems.
So quantum computing is like harnessing the strangeness of the, quantum world to unlock unprecedented processing power. Now let's venture into a more shadowy realm, the deep web and the dark net. What mysteries lurk in these hidden corners of the internet?
The deep web is like the, vast uncharted territory of the internet, comprising content that's not indexed by standard search engines. It includes things like private databases, online banking systems, and members-only forums. The darknet is a smaller, more, secretive subset of the deep web, requiring special software to access. While it's often associated with, illegal activities, it also provides a haven for anonymity, which can be crucial for whistleblowers, journalists, and activists operating in repressive regimes.
So the deep web and the darknet are like a double-edged sword, offering both, opportunities and risks. It's a reminder that the internet, like any powerful tool, can be used for both good and bad. Now let's shine a light on open APIs, which we briefly mentioned earlier. Why are they considered the building blocks of innovation in the software development world?
Open APIs, or application programming interfaces, are like digital bridges that allow different software applications to like communicate and share information seamlessly. Think of them as, Lego blocks for software development. They provide pre-built components that developers can use to create new and innovative applications without having to reinvent the wheel.
So open APIs foster collaboration and creativity in the software world, enabling developers to build on each other's work and create amazing new experiences. Now, let's delve deeper into blockchain technology. We discussed its decentralized and tamper-proof nature, but what are some of the key concepts that make it tick?
Blockchain is like a, digital ledger that's distributed across a network of computers, making it incredibly secure and transparent. Each transaction is grouped into a block, which is then linked to the previous block, forming a chain of records that's like virtually impossible to alter. This makes blockchain ideal for applications where trust and immutability are paramount, such as, tracking supply chains, managing digital identities, or even securing voting systems.
So blockchain is like a digital fortress, safeguarding information and, building trust in a world where data security is paramount. We explored cryptocurrencies earlier, but what are some of the other digital currencies out there besides Bitcoin?
The world of cryptocurrencies is a, vibrant and constantly evolving ecosystem. Besides Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, known for its smart contracts, Litecoin, often considered the silver to Bitcoin's gold, Ripple, focused on facilitating fast and low-cost international payments, and, Dogecoin, which started as a meme but has gained significant traction. Each cryptocurrency has its own, unique features and potential applications, making it a fascinating space to watch.
It's amazing how cryptocurrencies are challenging traditional financial systems and creating new possibilities for value exchange in the digital world. Now let's zoom in on India's ambitious Digital India mission. What are some of the hurdles and triumphs on the path to creating a digitally empowered nation?
Digital India is like a, massive undertaking, aiming to bridge the digital divide and empower citizens through technology. One of the biggest challenges is ensuring equitable access to affordable and reliable internet connectivity, especially in, rural and remote areas. However, the government is making strides through initiatives like the National Broadband Mission and the Bharatnet Project, which aim to extend high-speed internet to every corner of the country.
So it's a race against time to connect the unconnected and unlock the transformative potential of the digital world for all Indians.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about cybersecurity. What's being done to safeguard critical infrastructure and sensitive data in this, increasingly interconnected world? Cybersecurity is like an ongoing arms race, with new threats emerging constantly. India has adopted a multi-layered approach to defense, including technical measures like, firewalls and intrusion detection systems, as well as organizational measures like security policies and awareness training. The government is also strengthening its cyber intelligence capabilities and collaborating with international partners to stay ahead of the curve.
So it's a constant battle to stay one step ahead of the bad guys in the digital world. Now let's talk about data protection and privacy. What measures are being taken to ensure our personal information remains, safe and secure in this digital age?
Data protection is a top priority in India. The government is working towards a comprehensive data protection framework, including the, Personal Data Protection Bill, which aims to establish clear guidelines for the collection, processing, and storage of personal data. There are also ongoing efforts to raise awareness among citizens about their data rights and responsibilities.
It's reassuring to know that steps are being taken to protect our, digital footprints and ensure responsible data handling in this increasingly data-driven world. Now let's talk about digital signatures, which are becoming increasingly important as more and more transactions move online. What are the different types of digital signatures, and how do they work their magic?
Digital signatures are like electronic seals that guarantee the, authenticity and integrity of digital documents. There are three main types: simple, advanced, and qualified. Simple digital signatures are like basic electronic versions of handwritten signatures, while advanced digital signatures offer a higher level of security by linking the signature to the signer's identity. Qualified digital signatures are the, most secure type, requiring a digital certificate issued by a trusted third party, offering the highest level of assurance.
So digital signatures provide a reliable way to verify identities and, ensure the trustworthiness of digital documents in a world where paper trails are becoming increasingly rare. We talked about India's ranking in the Digital Quality of Life Index. What factors influence a country's digital well-being, and how can India climb higher in the ranks?
Digital quality of life is a measure of how effectively a country leverages technology to enhance its citizens' lives. It takes into account factors like, internet affordability and quality, e-infrastructure, e-security, e-government, and digital literacy. India has made significant progress in recent years, but there's still room for improvement, especially in areas like internet affordability and digital literacy.
So it's a journey of continuous improvement, striving to make the digital world accessible and beneficial to all citizens. This has been an incredible journey through the, vast and ever-evolving landscape of information technology.
It's been a pleasure exploring this fascinating terrain with you.
We've covered an incredible amount of ground in this episode, from the, foundations of mobile communication to the complexities of blockchain technology and the ethical considerations of artificial intelligence. Yeah. But before we wrap up, let's zoom in on a few areas that might be particularly relevant for our UPSC aspirants. We touched upon supercomputers earlier, those behemoths of computing power. Can you tell us more about India's national supercomputing mission?
It's an ambitious initiative launched back in 2015 with the, goal of boosting India's supercomputing capabilities. The mission aims to establish a network of supercomputing facilities across the country, connecting academic and research institutions. We've already seen the fruits of this endeavor with the development of, indigenous supercomputers like Param Shive, Param Shakti, and Param Brahma.
So it's about building India's technological muscle and, putting us on the global map of high-performance computing. We also discussed data localization, the idea that personal data collected in India should be stored within the country. Why is this such a hot-button issue?
Data localization is a complex issue with strong arguments on both sides. Proponents argue that, like, storing data within India strengthens data security and sovereignty, giving the government more control and, preventing foreign entities from accessing sensitive information. Critics, however, contend that it could hinder innovation and make it, harder for companies to operate globally. It's a balancing act between, like, protecting national interests and fostering a, globally connected digital economy.
It's definitely a topic that's likely to be in the headlines for a while. We've talked about bridging the digital divide and ensuring that everyone benefits from the digital revolution. What specific initiatives are being undertaken in India to, promote digital inclusion?
There's a multi-pronged approach at play here. On the infrastructure front, the government is pushing hard to expand internet access, particularly in rural and underserved areas. The BharatNet project, which aims to connect all gram panchayats with high-speed broadband, is a key component of this effort. But it's not just about laying cables. There's also a focus on promoting digital literacy and making government services easily accessible online.
So it's about creating an ecosystem where everyone has the opportunity to participate in the, digital world. Speaking of e-governance, you mentioned digital certificates earlier. Can you explain what they are?
Yeah.
Why they're important?
Think of a digital certificate as like a, digital passport for a website or online document. It's issued by a trusted third party called a certificate authority and uses cryptography to verify the authenticity and integrity of the certificate holder. This is like crucial for secure online transactions like banking and e-commerce, ensuring that you're interacting with legitimate entities and that the information you're exchanging hasn't been, tampered with.
So digital certificates are essential for building trust and security in the online world. Now, before we log off from our digital deep dive, I want to circle back to, cybersecurity one last time. What are some essential tips our listeners can follow to protect themselves from cyber threats?
Think of cybersecurity as a continuous process, not a, one-time fix. The digital landscape is constantly evolving, so staying informed about new threats and vulnerabilities is crucial. Always use strong, unique passwords for your online accounts and enable multi-factor authentication whenever possible. Be wary of phishing emails and suspicious links. Regularly back up your important data and, keep your software updated to patch any security loopholes.
Excellent advice. Cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility in this digital age. We've covered an incredible amount of ground in this episode, from the foundations of mobile communication to the complexities of blockchain technology and the ethical considerations of artificial intelligence.
It's been a fascinating exploration of the digital world and its impact on our lives.
I couldn't agree more. We hope our listeners now feel, more equipped to navigate the ever-changing digital landscape. Remember, technology is a powerful tool, and the choices we make today will shape the future. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive. Don't forget to, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode.
Until next time, keep those digital compasses pointed towards new horizons.